YouTube, welcome in to me beating Lootbound with no meta progression. This is the very first run. I've already gotten all of the doodads, all the characters. I'm like the #1 player in Lootbound in the world right now. And so we're just gonna prove that you can beat it with zero meta progression, because the game's just strategy. And it's not just RNG, it's not that hard. And I'm saying all this incredibly confidently, and I'm gonna make such an absolute clown out of myself because I'm going to die, and then you're all gonna laugh at me. And if that ends up happening, then great, it's gonna be funny. But I'm confident. Okay, so let's talk a basic strategy. You need to read the doodads. And early on, armor and health doesn't matter. Just go straight for DPS. Nothing else matters. Just get them out of here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then you just want to keep boosting your armor so that you can just spam DPS while your armor keeps your health relatively high. And then you want to go for elites as soon as possible. So you're going to prioritize, if you have the option for potions, getting the hand powder of the dungeon, because that's going to help you take out an elite with minimal losses. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, we don't care about acid damage. We're just gonna go straight into health and vampirism. Vampirism is crucial because that's how you maintain full health without having to rest. And also for the longer fights, it keeps you in it. You're always going to get anything that applies to all allies because you're planning for the late game. Everything that you do throughout your run is built around getting to the boss. Or not getting to the boss, sorry. Just beating the boss. Because you're not going to die before the boss. It's not that difficult. The boss is going to be what stops most of you. Alright, so now you want to pay close attention. This guy applies speed, whereas this dude deals acid damage. And you can see acid damage ignores my armor. So absolutely we need to kill this guy before we kill this guy. Because speed, who cares? Where he's not going to have any allies. And also, we can one-hit this guy, so he doesn't even get to attack. Whereas if we hit this guy, he does his thing. Juicy. Okay. Yeah, more health, more mana, and we have a lot of armor. So that's going to change what items we get if we have choices. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you can see my character has very little mana. Only 64, whereas slash is 150. And so if I increase my slash by 50, that's a 30% increase. If I increase my mana by 20, that's also around a 30. And then my acid damage, I don't have any. So I'm going to go ahead and go for acid damage because it's safe. And early on, you want to go safe. Okay, and then we're going to be a damage build. And we're going to use the paladin to tank all of our damage and heal us. And what's cool, restores an ally's health and armor. Fabulous. What's cool is you can now adjust your build accordingly. So you're always going to want to use your best ability and keep your mana as low as possible in the early game. Because it's all about minimizing RNG and maintaining your health as high as possible so that you can take those losses during unfortunate fights. And we're going to go all out on armor. And we're going to keep it on our character for now. But once we get more stuff, we'll take it off of our character and put it on the paladin. Because the paladin has the most benefits from armor. Once again, this guy applies Fury. And Fury stacks and gets more and more damage from each person. So I would much rather get rid of Fury first. Get rid of acid damage. And we're Gucci. And then because we going paladin, he's going to be the guy that buffs us. So I don't think we're going to need the acid lady, Sandy, because I'm the one focusing on damage. So because in the first round you don't have that much healing, you're actually going to go for the bard to make sure you get 2 different healing abilities to keep you in the fight. So if you're going for the bard, you want to make sure you grab instruments, whereas if you're going for the witch, you want to get the staffs. And so with witch builds, you're going to go for a witch build if you get a bunch of staffs or if you get a bunch of armor that increases acid damage or increases chaos. And so, like, not even playing as the witch, I'm talking about your companion being the witch. So you're grabbing items early on, not even for yourself. You're grabbing them for your entire party that you're planning. And so each item that you get, you're already planning out the late game of, okay, who am I taking with me? Who am I getting? And once you get your first couple of items, that's going to decide your build. You don't just pick one and go for it. You have to adjust your build. And that's the joy of a roguelite, is you're figuring out the puzzle every single match. Now, you would go for a witch build if your DPS was super, super high and she showed up first. In my opinion, or sorry, if she showed up second. Because you want to prioritize getting a tank. So if you have to choose between the witch and the bard, or the witch and the paladin. Hold on, I'm fucking up what I'm trying to say. Oh, yeah. If you have to choose between witch and paladin, go paladin. And then on the next time, go witch, if that's how your build plays out. Because the paladin is more safe and generic to where it doesn't rely upon as much RNG in the early game. Whereas with the witch, if you don't get the right DPS RNG early, you're cooked. So the paladin or bard is much safer to get as your first companion. Oh, man, we finally got there. Jeez. So anything that boosts order, you're going to throw on your support characters. Absolutely. Always trade in mana. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, for weapons, you do a lot more acid damage, and you have a lot of initiative. So there is the potential now that we do go Acid Lady. Because if we keep getting acid damage, I mean, with these legendary items, they're just too juicy. Okay. So we want to get rid of the crush damage. Oh, wait, no, we want to kill Thorns first. Oh, God. Now, if your character gets slayed, that's okay. You can pick them up at a fireplace later. It's not that deep. Your priority is keeping yourself alive. I'm still not decided on if I'm going witch build or not. So we're just going to keep grabbing armor so that we can get an armor ring and stack crazy. Yeah, I mean, the health is a almost 10% increase. Mana is less than 10 and slash damage is more than 10. We'll do slash damage. Right, lower number is safer. That's what you want to do. Remember, we're trying to prioritize elites and upgrading your character. Because upgrading your character doesn't require building slots or inventory slots, and your inventory gets full every game. So this is a way that you can get much more power overall. Okay, so now that we're fighting an elite, this is where our powder comes in handy. So they take more damage and they do less damage. Okay. And then we're going to spam some Fury on ourselves. Now we go for the kill. Hopefully I don't get critted and die. That'd be embarrassing. Whew. Appreciate that. Nice. Affects plate armor. I don't have any plate armor. And affects plate armor. Again, I don't have any. So, I mean, pretty much the same thing. But you can see this only takes up 2, whereas this takes up 3. So I think I would rather have the Golden Helmet of Justice. But then when you think about it, the larger ones you want to have larger when they're affecting other items. Unless it's like so large and obscure it doesn't connect with anything. So we will go ahead and grab this. Affects plate armor. 40 armor, 8 crit chance. Wow. Yeah, perfect. That's wonderful. Is this plate armor? Oh, it is. That's awesome. Sick. Yeah, slash damage. Let's just get some bonuses. Holy crap. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna want to get more speed and fury, but that's 17. It's worth it. It's worth it. Or no, we'll just finish him off. Yeah, so I'm hoping we can kill this dude. And then just spam mana as this dude. Oh god. How do I have the highest defensive power, dude? This is nonsense. Oh my god. Alright, we gotta give the paladin a bunch of stuff. This is bad. Okay, I think we are going to go for Acid Lady. No, we're not. Yeah, so you definitely want to take a look-see at your actual stats rather than just peek at yeah, I'll take that. Rather than just peek at the health, you want to look at defensive power, and that's going to help determine. And then keep track of your attack power too, so that you know who's going to be attacked when. Now, we are low on health and mana, and we have an elite coming up. So as much as I would want to boost my gear, we need to make sure we get a potion that either heals me, okay, perfect, or hurts the boss. Awesome. We might die. We might die. It's gonna be close. You got this, my guy. If we can get through the armor, our slash will start to come into play. Nice dodge, my guy. Alright, I think we got it. Sick. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna combo the swords, absolutely. Nice. And we will heal up. Honestly, no, we'll be greedy. We got it. Because if you're not being greedy, are you even playing Lootbound? Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Alright, vampirism and critical health is fine. Because ultimately, the three of us are going to attack more often than it. So I would rather it has vampirism. I go for the big ones at the end. Because at the end, you have your build. So it's going to sway your build more. It's going to have a much larger percentage effect. Whereas in the early game, you don't really have your build yet. So you don't know if crit chance is really going to be useful or not. So just get as many bonuses as you can. Because really, the cost doesn't actually show which one's the best. Sometimes 15% crit chance is 15. And then other times it's 5. So just go with the lowest one in the early game. Oh, fuck. Yeah, more vampirism would be really good. Yeah, and keep in mind, I'm just throwing out ideas. Okay, so plate armor is good because this thing boosts plate armor. Yeah, and true, typically you'll save your rerolls for the more important ones in the late game. You always want to target people that give vampirism. Or like read through and see what is going to have the worst effect. Cool. Highest defense. We know that's not me. I don't care. And speed to all allies. Again, let's just get rid of it. Whereas vampirism? Oh god, that's terrible to deal with. Mana initiative order. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, 200 health, that's huge. Look, 17, I'm not even worried. Like I said. Yeah, I mean, you can see I'm just running as low as possible on mana. Because the earlier you use your mana in a fight to give yourself these boosts, the more you're getting out of it, right? That Roth RIA style. IRA. And then I ignored the vampirism there because I thought to myself, the vampirism, I can kill these two fast enough where it won't have enough of an effect. Yeah, we're so low on health that I'm doing enough damage. I think the bard's the play, absolutely. Alright, give me that instrument. And I'm low on health. I'd rather have this guy lose armor, honestly. And have him do a bunch of acid damage. Alright, yep, level up. No, we might actually go to the fire. We'll see. Because I feel like Thorns is going to do more damage overall than this dude getting some vampirism. So it's not always the optimal, right? Remember, you got to think about the effects that the mobs have. We have a really good sword. So let's absolutely try to finesse that. And vampirism. No vampirism. So let's get some vampirism on Paladin. And anyone have... Do I have good crit chance? Yeah, I have a 33% crit chance. Let's do it. I'll risk it. Guys, 17, I'm not even worried. We don't need a fire. Let's go for the gem to see if we can get some fusions. Wow. That's unbelievable. Wow. Oh, wait. -8 mana. Well, his attacks cost so little mana that, yeah, why not? Yeah, I mean, 16% crit damage. Or an extra... No, the extra initiative is so worth it, actually. So we'll just give this guy the sickle. Speed, crush, and thorns. So yeah, absolutely. Thorns first. Double crush damage. I don't even have any armor. So let's just go for this guy. Dude, stop attacking me. Holy. Ooh, we love plate armor. Yeah, I'm there. I like it. Yeah, I mean... Perfect. Applies Fury to the target and order bonus is tripled. Love that. So we'll just spam that on ourselves. Speed, focus, speed. Yeah, let's get rid of the focus because that just means more damage. Or, I mean, we'll just finish off his ability. Yeah, easy. Ooh. Dude, stop. Okay, more vampirism and more order. So, I don't have any vampirism, so this would actually be great for me. But I don't have any room. 6 dodge is nice, but we can have both. ¿Por qué no los dos? Okay, so here's the elite. And are we on Sandhills yet? No, this is still only section 2. We're gonna go potion actually to get this. Dodge the elite, because we're a little struggling here. And we'll fight an elite and then campfire. Beautiful. And this will hopefully be a mana potion. Nope, that's okay. This will help us with the elite if we need it. Yeah, look at, I have not. That's okay. Speed, focus, focus. Ow. Good dodge. Come on. But I appreciate your concern, Yellow Cat, but I'm in a manic phase right now, and I'm riding the wave. I've been so sad lately. So, I figure as long as I don't leave my apartment, if I'm manic, it can't be that bad. Right, the worst thing that happens is I go on Grindr and get a new man to come over and suck me off. But I already got Trey. So I don't think that's gonna happen. Beautiful. That's it right there. More initiative, more health. It's beautiful. And once again, let's get some more upgrades. Yeah, we'll just get more health. It's so little, but whatever. So we want to kill the dude that has the least amount of armor first, so that I can break into slash as quick as possible. And also the acid damage can be more effective. Finish him. Alright. And now we're getting to the point where we want to save up as much mana as possible. So now we're not going to spend mana, because we want to set up for the boss. Because each round, as long as you don't spend any, you do recharge some. Beautiful. Alright. Fabulous. Affects plate armor, and we do have 2. This will squeeze in nicely with this, but this sword is pretty nice. I mean, that's basically a 25% increase to my slash damage, and about a 20% increase to my crit chance. This, my order, I mean, that's only about a 15% chance to my order. But there's 2 plate armor, but there's no way for me to make this touch both. Or there is actually. No, there isn't. So I think we're just going to go for this. And we'll rearrange this a wee bit. And we're gonna take back our thingamabob. We're gonna throw it on this guy. And check this out. So our dog here is going to get boom, a bunch of extra order and some good initiative to give us armor. Oh, like how it's double damage? Yeah, I agree. It makes it so much easier to just think about. It's so refreshing. Mm. Guys, there's a way to fit it all. There is a way, guys. I mean, that's almost nice. Dude, you guys are so mad at me right now. I know. Yeah, so I care more about health and armor and staying alive than I do more acid damage. And honestly, we don't even want to take away his armor, because we just want to make sure that he survives. So we're actually going to put this on ourselves to help us be the first one with initiative. And we are back in business, guys. And honestly, I think a 6% dodge is going to be... I mean, that's almost a 50% dodge increase. Beautiful. Look at that. So our bard is super healthy now. And we get a little bit more vampirism. I'm feeling good about it. All right. And look at that. Halfway through the run, we just moved around almost every single one of our items. So you do have to take some time and actually strategize. So I just know that the spider attacks the highest attack power, which is me, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And I just don't want to die. So I like to take out people. And if I'm playing as the paladin, and I'm playing as the highest defense character, then I'm going to change my priority of who I murder first to be the high defense attacking people. And sometimes you have to choose based upon their abilities or who they attack. And those are both things that you have to consider, the pros and cons. So you can't just look at one independent variable. You have to consider them all and weigh the return on investment on each one. I love extra mana. And I love more initiative. I mean, that's just so good for me. Wow. Wait, and look at this. If this is touching a sword... Oh, this isn't a sword. Garbage. Literal trash. And we'll give this guy some more vampirism. I mean, look at my order. I have 65 order, whereas acid damage, I'm already doing 100. You can you use... No, you cannot. You cannot. So what you want to do is bring your consumables with you beforehand and use them before the boss. So if you want to try to keep as many consumables as you can throughout the game and avoid using them, so that as you're approaching the boss, you can look at the map and plan out, okay, I'm going to bring 2 potions. I'm going to use a potion on Paladin, a potion on myself, and then there's a fireplace up there. I'll use the fireplace to rest the bard so that all 3 of us are at full mana and hopefully around full health too for the final boss fight. And I think a 50% acid damage or so much more order. I mean, that's a 25% increase practically for a difficulty of 2. That's huge. Oh my god, we got a blacksmith gem. Plus 15 order. And yeah, they really don't do any damage. But we have 2 healers, so I really think it's important for us to prioritize our order a little bit more, so that our attack that boosts our damage actually really boosts our damage. Alright, so we can see highest defense, random, and highest defense. So we'll target this guy first. But speed, yeah, I don't care about. Oh, but this dude has so little armor. My slash will mess him up. Alright, so this guy deals double damage against armor, but both my dudes heal. So we're gonna take the rest of this round and just spam mana and let the fight happen. That way we get back up to full mana before the boss, without a potion or anything. And this is something that is crucial. Is whenever you can, right? Maybe instead of spamming your mana, you have a bunch of extra mana. So maybe you spam heal instead to repeatedly get everyone's health back up to full. Then you finish killing. So you can either discharge a lot of mana and reap health benefits, or restore a bunch of mana if you can set up an infinite loop. And you do that by making sure that the last character that you leave doesn't have stacking modifiers. So yeah, whatever, he permanently does double damage against armor. I don't care. It's not like he gets more and more vampirism and you end up going to wave 37 trying to kill each other back and forth. Wow, so much extra armor and so much extra order. That's gonna be perfect for us. But this, we don't want our boy here to die. So we're actually going to trade out this for this, because that's a huge order increase. And at the same time, more armor. And that way we just make sure neither of them die. And they'll both be tanking damage for highest defense. But honestly, I care more about my own survival than theirs. And at this point, I care less about damage. So I would rather just get extra armor and more order to help my healing and fury than this extra acid damage. And I'll just throw this here on this doodad, because he has so much life that the extra acid damage is huge, especially because his attacks are a little cheapo weepo. Yo, Ducky Sass, good morning, good to see you. Hey, good news for you, and bad news. I have about 10 days of Dune Spice Wars videos coming out at the usual time each day, But I'm not going to be playing Dune Spice Wars for a while. I'm locked in on Lootbound. I'm going to become the #1 Lootbound player in the world. Yeah, so we'll weaken this elite here. Because again, we want to save as much mana as we can. So yeah, highest defense, all enemies for 200. We just want to kill him as fast as possible because he's going to keep getting thorns. So at this point, buffs aren't really worth it. And again, like, I could use this, but I'm not worried about it, so I'd rather just continue to try to get mana. Like, I'll just let them finish him off. Okay, hold on. Hold on here. Alright, so let's see here. Affects armor. Fortitude, thorns, and order. Weapon. Absolutely not. So this affects plate armor if placed near the top edge, and it doubles the effect from auras. And this is going to boost it with more thorns, so that's incredible. However, it's only for the paladin. So we're gonna get rid of this asshole and slap-a-roni pepperoni. But we're gonna have to flip this whole build. Because this needs to be touching the top. Did I mess this up? Or I feel like I had 2 plate armors. Oh my god, I'm doing it on the wrong person. Or, wait, no, I'm not. Hold on, I'm tripping. We're gonna mix up the build again, dude. Because if we have all this stuff that boosts plate armor, if we can get a plate armor in the middle, we'll be cooking. Jesus Christ, please. Okay, there we go. Plate armor. What? Oh, this is warrior only. Jesus Christ. Look, don't yell at me. Please. Okay, plate armor. Vex plate armor. Boom. Boom. That's a hat. Oh, and then this affects plate armor. Okay, okay, and then we bring this plate armor over here. But honestly, I care more about me having thorns than I do about him getting a little bit more nonsense. And then I don't want to die, so we're actually going to give myself 200 more health. But, hold on. Wow, that's really good. Holy crap. Yeah, so we really are the DPS world right now. DPS world, yeah! Mana, yep. Alright. And we're all good, man. We'll get some more stuff. Trash, trash. Beautiful. Guys, 17. I'm not even worried. Oh, and that's another thing, is whenever you're playing, if you roll the dice, you have to say 17, I'm not even worried, or the RNG won't work in your favor. Wow, what a nice little boost we got going on here. Yeah, I'm okay with trading off this. Actually, 45 more armor. I would rather have that instead of more crit chance, not gonna lie. Boom, baby. Look at that. That's juicy. That's juicy. A large, dense abdomen that greatly increases the Sentinel's health and armor. Armor and thorns. We absolutely will just deal with health and armor because we do not, as we're stacking all of our mana to boost our damage, the last thing we want is their thorns to be increasing to where they'll one-shot us when we attack them. So anything that's just a static health and armor, that's what to do. I don't know, Meats. We're going to find out. There has to be like an ascension mode, I swear. We'll just get more mana. Do I have any healing spells for myself? Yeah, well. Wow, even more slash damage. Guys, don't yell at me. There is a way. I can feel it. I can feel it in my soul. Meads, I don't know, but we can go ahead and ask. Do, does anyone, can someone please provide me with the answer to this question? Do the barracks upgrades to the characters still apply when they are a companion? Thank you. Oh, dude, we're so close. No, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Because look, we can move one down now. No. I feel good about this one. I'm not mad at it. Alright, so this last stage is very, very, very important. So we're going to make it a whole different video because you have to lock in. So if you want to see it, it's right up here. But it's not going to be here right away. I have to film it. So if you don't see it up here, it's because I'm still filming it. Anyways, YouTube, if you're still here, thank you for being here so much. This has been a lot of fun. If you still are here, I love you guys. And I'll see you on the next one. I messed that up. Bye.